First things first, chat. We have to do something together. I didn't want to do this. Everyone else doesn't want to do it, apparently. We need to look at the plant cards. We, as the European TCG community, we need to hold each other by the hand. We have to go through this. We cannot let them get away with it every single time, all right? You are not allowed to say no. You are legally not allowed to click off the stream or do anything else in the upcoming, I don't know, hour or something. Don't say no in chat. Stop saying no. We're gonna be here together and we're gonna look at the plant cards. We're gonna read the plant cards and we're gonna talk about the best ways to interrupt the deck. And we're gonna talk about certain behaviors that you shouldn't do, like summoning a Zeus in defense position, for example, or whatever else. You know, those kind of things, right? It's long overdue, honestly. We should have probably done this when they won Euros the first time, but then we let them win Euros the second time, and now we've let them win almost 2,500 people YCS again in the span of like 1.5 years. We're gonna get through it. I don't know how everyone is so resistant to freaking this specific deck. Everyone take out your notebooks, people G's in chat. We're gonna be learning about the freaking plat deck today. They will not get a fourth one, okay, chat? Please, please. Good, good, good. I'm glad that we all agree on this. This is, in all its glory, the YCS Dortmund 2023 winning a deck list by Julius. I know. Just looking at it makes me unhappy. It makes me uncomfortable. We're gonna get through it together. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, chat.
One semester later.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was all of the cards you need to know in the Rikka Sunavalon deck. I am gonna set up a freaking exam for this. We're gonna do it on stream. We're gonna see if we learned something. And you guys are gonna study for it. We're gonna score 100% on the quiz. And we're gonna be prepared for plans the next time around. Chat, we're not done yet. We're gonna look at the standard 1-card combo from Lokai. As a fun exercise, I will try to do it myself.
2 very boring minutes later.
You know what? Until a couple steps ago, I knew the combo, but from here on out, we're just gonna get some advice from the Rikka Queen herself. This is definitely what I would expect a vanilla to turn into. So this deck is actually good and not just an EU free deck. I mean, look, hey. There's no way this is a bad deck. I do think a large part of its success stems from the fact that people are not respecting it in multiple ways, right? People are not respecting this deck in their own deck building decisions. I am literally also guilty of this. There is one thing this deck is incredibly weak to, and that thing is hand traps. Ash, Imperm, Droll, Veiler, Nib, literally all those cards are really good against this deck. Sometimes it can play through them, but any deck can do that. But most of the time, you have hand traps against this deck, you're probably gonna be fine. And then the bigger issue, which is what happens a lot when I see feature matches of this deck, is that the deck either breaks or the deck gets hand trapped a little bit, and then a weird grind game ensues, where these little micro interactions really matter, right? Where these small mistakes that people make really turn the game completely upside down. Like people struggling to play around freaking Dryas to summon from the extra deck when you take damage, right? And that's something that in the normal combo line never matters. It's not relevant. Suddenly when you're in a grind game, this thing is on your opponent's board, it suddenly gets weird to play around the Dryas or to summon your stuff in attack because the Dryas otherwise can just crash into it and extend for free. Or people using their Crow in a weird spot or things like that, right? That, I think, is the biggest deal. It's like where to hand trap this deck is not the hardest thing in the world because the choke points in the combo are relatively obvious. Sowing summons 3 plant monsters from your deck. Yeah, Ash the Sowing. Ash the freaking Sowing. Jasmine is the card that gives you access to the Therions and the Rikka cards. Yeah, Imperm or Veiler the freaking Jasmine. It's not that difficult. Nib them before they have the Omni Negate on board. Yeah, noted. It's not that difficult. I don't think it's because people are using their hand traps wrong. The reason is people will make huge mistakes against this deck in the grind game because they are not aware of all the little secondary effects, you know? If you look at the European Championship finals, it's the exact same thing. I don't remember if Jess brigged or if she just got hand trapped to death, but that was definitely a weird-ass grind game in Game 3 that could have been decided at multiple points had we just made better decisions. The finals of YCS Dortmund was the same thing. The deck brigged in Game 3. It was Vanquish Soul's game to go away with if they just summoned that Zeus in attack position or play around the Rikka sheet being set, right? I slept in class. Why Zeus in attack again? Okay, chat, no more questions. After all this, there's now no more excuses to be made. Rikka, from now on, can never win a European event again. We all collectively now have no more excuses. If this ever wins an event again, the stream afterwards is going to be awkward. So we cannot let that happen.
Tomorrow.
Welcome to today's stream. I see everyone in chat is already in shambles. What we're going to do now, chat, is we're going to have a little exam. We're going to check if you guys paid attention yesterday. If you guys studied, you guys are going to answer the questions and we're going to see how the Twitch chat is going to do, right? You guys get to play along and we're going to see how smart everyone is in Europe now when it comes to the Rikka Sunavalon deck. And we're gonna accept no excuses, you know, no, my dog ate my homework. No, oh, I was sick yesterday, so I couldn't study. None of that shit. I told you yesterday, after the Rikka Sunavalon deck has won 3 major events in Europe now, we have no further excuses. Everyone needs to do it. And this is my contribution to making sure that Rikka Sunavalon does never take down a European event ever again, okay? It's a group effort and it's important that everyone answers the thing. All right, so.
One nap later.
Question number 23. Aroma Seraphy Jasmine should be banned. True or false? I quickly want to note that this question, it might come across as a subjective question. No, it's not a subjective question. There's an objective answer to question number 23. And it doesn't matter if you have the correct opinion or the wrong opinion in this case. If you want the points, put the correct answer, even if you have the wrong opinion. All right? And that's the end of the quiz. So I'll give you guys a little bit. I'm going to be right back. You guys fill out the essay and then submit your answers. And then we leave emote only chat and we look at the results and we see how smart everyone is. All right, we have the answers right here. We're going to go over them one by one now and see how smart you guys are. I'm going to also take note of how many percentages you guys had on each question. Question number 1. Which of the following effects does not lock the opponent into plants for the rest of the turn? The correct answer was obviously Rikka Glamour to add, which the majority of you guys got. However, 64.7%, in my opinion, still critically low, but all right. Which end board is typically made from one Sunseed Genius loci? Chat, we watched it yesterday. It was option 1. 61%, dude. Oh my god. This is why it keeps happening. Question number 3. Generally, where do you ash the standard combo lines? The answer to this was obviously Sunvine Sowing. A solid 86% of that question. I hope everyone that was here yesterday is currently sitting on a 3 out of 3 perfect sweep. We're moving on to question number 4. How many combinations of cards can the first place YCS Dortmund main deck search when they tribute for Rikka Glamour? The correct answer was 3. You can add Petal plus Loki, Rikka Princess plus Primula, and you can add Rikka Snowdrop plus Lily Borea. 62.9%. Question number 5. Which of these statements is false? The wrong statement was obviously monsters should be summoned in defense versus Rikka. They should be summoned in attack, if anything. I am honestly curious how many would have gotten this one before the finals of YCS Dortmund. Question number 6, we have the same structure. Which of these statements is false? Since Rikka targets a monster first and then performs an optional tribute, you can target and tribute the same monster. We literally talked about this one yesterday. Only 72.1%. Question number 7 was a little bit of a tricky one because it was about the hidden effect of Sunvine Sowing. Sunvine Sowing protects plant link monsters from destruction by the following methods. The correct answer is both. Sunvine Sowing can protect plant link monsters from destruction by battle or card effect. And 71% knew that. Question number 8. Which of the following does not have a hidden effect to protect monsters from being destroyed? Sowing, I guess, was kind of obvious after the previous question. A lot of you guys said Jasmine, but Jasmine actually has that effect. Monsters that it points to and itself cannot be destroyed by battle while you have higher life points. So there is a hidden effect on Jasmine that protects monsters from battle destruction, and 70% of you guys knew that. While a Rikka player has Rikka Konkon face up, which of the following monsters can it tribute on the opponent's field? I'm not seeing a whole lot of 9 out of 9s in chat anymore. I feel like people are falling behind. I want to say if you are at an 8 out of 9 so far, you're still doing pretty good. 7 out of 9, I'm already questioning my teaching skills from yesterday. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Anyways, you can, in fact, tribute an X Purely Noir with a Rikka Konkon, even if it has 5 or more materials, because X Purely Noir is only unaffected by activated effects. Konkon needs to affect a card to be able to tribute it, but it is not an activated effect. Only 63% knew that. Oh my god. In the standard 1 Loci combo, using infinite impermanence on Jasmine's effect to summon will leave the Rikka player with what board? This was one of the most important questions in the quiz because it has very important implications in real life, and you guys only scored 48%. We talked about this yesterday. The reason why it is so important to know this is infinite impermanence is a hand trap that you can actually use at multiple points during a Rikka combo, and it can be correct or incorrect depending on what your hand is. Where it will always do a lot is imperming Jasmine's effect to summon. The problem is that at that point of the combo, they still get at least a Bengal Lancer and a Regulus. So if your hand cannot beat Bengal Lancer plus Regulus, you should use the imperm earlier and just hope they don't have an extender to keep playing. For example, imperm Sun Avalon Dryas, and that's why this question was very important, and that's why I'm very disappointed that only 48% got that one right. Question number 11 is in no way connected to previous happenings in the real world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Using a DD Crow on the target of a Therion effect to summon itself will not stop it from summoning. Obviously a true statement. Which of the following things is once per turn? Mudan to summon itself from the hand is in fact hard once per turn. So that is a 78.3% for you guys. Oh, we got the highest score for chat so far. Which of the following can Hyperiton negate? The way Hyperiton works, you can only negate a spell if you have a spell as material. You can only negate a trap if you have a trap as material. How many different cards to set from the deck with Rikka Konkon should you usually expect in your opponent's deck? The answer to that is very simply 2 Rikka Sheet and a Rikka Glamour in their deck as an option for this card. So that is an 85%. Which of the following monsters summons itself from the graveyard? Bengal Lancer. They all have some sort of way to special summon. Some of them even special summon from the graveyard, but not themselves. Which of these is the reason to summon your monsters in attack versus Rikka? Now, I have no idea why anyone would think Jasmine, Snowdrop, or Melias would give you any reason to summon your shit in attack. The answer is obviously Dryas. Over 100 people would have also lost the YCS Dortmund finals, so there's that. Question number 17. Which card can you attempt to bell in a standard Loci combo played out optimally? Oh my god, chat. Oh my god, we talked about this yesterday. Sunseed Twins to summon Loci, 220, 55%. Oh my god. The important statement here, in a standard Loci combo played out optimally, because what happens when they play it out optimally is they will activate Sowing, they will special seed, and they will go Chainlink 1 seed, Chainlink 2 Dryas to play around Bell specifically. The only thing you can Bell is the Strenna to summon an XYZ. Of course, they will have a Regulus by the time, but that's besides the point. Oh my god, 29% chat, 29! This is not the lowest answer. Oh no. How is 29% not the lowest? How is there a lower one to come? Strenna uses its graveyard effect. How many possible summons do you expect your opponent to have in their extra deck? The correct answer is 2. They will either summon Teardrop or they will summon Hyperiton. 80% knew that. After what apparently is one of the hardest questions in the freaking universe, that was an easier one. What is the summoning condition for the Link 1 Sun Avalon monster? Now, the importance here is it says Sun Avalon, and the Link 1 Sun Avalon monster is Sun Avalon Dryas, and that requires a level 4 lower plant monster. Moving on, question number 20. Oh my god, no! Which card would you never imperm against a typical Rikka Sun Avalon deck? Therion Lily Borea, Sun Avalon Dryas, Arrow Mage Jasmine, or Bengal Lancer the Resurgent? You all really fell for that one, huh? This is a core problem. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh players and reading is really an issue. Only 5%, 19 people had the reading capabilities to realize that Arrow Mage Jasmine is not the freaking card they play. It was meant to be a trick question to test your reading skills. That was the point of the question. God damn it, chat. It's not a shitty question. You're just a shitty reader. That's what it is. Don't look at me for this. Anyways, in which board states can the Rikka player attempt to reborn Petal from the graveyard? The way Petal works is that its requirement is simply you have to control only plant monsters or no monsters. It's a plant or nothing. Option number 1, all plants, legal. Option number 2, all plants, even all Rikkas, legal. 3, there's a kaiju, so it's not legal. 4, there's nothing, so it's legal. 5, there's a Regulus, not a plant, not legal. 6, the tricky one, it's legal to revive Petal because Rikka Sheet has taken control of the circular. It is treated as a plant monster, so this is literally plant circular. Question number 22. In the first place YCS Dortmund deck list, if you go Small World, reveal Lily Borea in hand, and Gameciel in deck, which of the following set of monsters can you search? I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not make this question. The correct answer was apparently Regulus, because it's a level 8. Mudan, because it's a water, I think. Petal, because it's a water. Princess, because it's a water. And Primula, because it's a water. And 60.9%. Nice. 23, chat. Aroma Seraphy Jasmine, okay? Aroma Seraphy Jasmine should be banned. The correct answer was obviously true. Maybe 25.1% just thought we were talking about Arrow Mage Jasmine, but 74.9% were actually correct on this one. So this is all the questions. Let me calculate an average score. It says at the top of the page. Okay. 3 people step forward. Who was it? 3 people that have acquired 25 points. More than 3 people are saying me right now. The average has been 16.11 out of 25. 64% was your guys' average. How to convert your GPA to a 4.0 scale. This is the lowest possible, dude. Chad, how did you score an E? Check the European scale. Okay, what's the European? Okay, now we're used. Don't say bad teacher. Don't say bad teacher, dude. According to the German grade calculator, 100 is the max and you need 50% to pass. That's how I used to know it. And we got 64, which is a 3.16 in Germany, which is befriedigend, which is satisfactory achieved average requirement. Even for European standards, 64% is only barely average. God damn it, chat. We found out why they keep getting away with it. Thank you, everyone, for taking part in this very fun Rikka Sunavalon quiz. We only got 64% as a community on this exam. We have worked out the reason why Sunavalon Rikka has been so successful in Europe. I tried my best to teach you guys this stuff on yesterday's stream, and today we tested your knowledge, and I'm not entirely happy with how long you were able to retain that knowledge for, but it is what it is. Now we know. Now we know. For anyone that didn't know any of this stuff before, I hope it was also somewhat educational. That was the intention. The intention for it was to be fun and educational at the same time. Thank you, everyone, for taking part. And that was the Rikka exam. Terrible teacher dooming the youth to lose to Rikka yet again. Dude, I tried, man. I really tried.